Assalamualaikum viewers, welcome back to my channel English with Aisha. Topic that we are going to discuss today is listening skill. Listening skill is the first language learning skill. It is the greatest skills you ever learn. You can't communicate with the people if you don't listen. So listening is very important skill for communicating or understanding the meaning of different things. Before going to discuss about listening skill, you should know about listening, that what listening is. Listening is an activity of paying attention to and trying to get meaning from something we hear. According to this definition, listening is to pay attention to somebody or something that you can hear, to take notice of what somebody says. Listening means to take in what is being said and organizing it sensibly for understanding. Now we look at the definition of listening skill. Listening skill is the ability to actively understand information provided by the speaker and display interest in the topic discussed. According to this definition, listening skill is an activity or skill in which we understand the information actively given by the speaker. Now we look at the difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is the act of perceiving sounds and receiving sound waves or vibration through your ear. Listening, on the other hand, is the act of hearing the sounds and understanding the meaning expressed by the speaker. Hearing is a skill in which we use our ears only, while when we listening, we use our ears and brain too. Hearing is accidental, effortless, involuntary. On the other hand, listening is focused, intentional, and voluntary. Hearing is an accidental and automatic brain response to sound that requires no effort. We are surrounded by sounds most of the time. For example, we are accustomed to the sounds of airplanes, lawn mowers, the rattling of pots and pans, and so on. We hear those accidental sounds, and unless we have a reason to do otherwise, we train ourselves to ignore them. We learn to filter out sounds that mean little to us, just as we choose to hear our ringing cell phones and other sounds that are more important to us. Listening, on the other hand, is purposeful and focused rather than accidental. As a result, it requires motivation and effort. Listening at its best is active, focused, concentrated attention for the purpose of understanding the meanings expressed by a speaker. Now, we look at the essentials for listeners. Essentials are the things that we need for listening. When we listen, we should know about some essentials of the language that we are listening. First one is recognition of sounds. We should know about the difference between different sounds of the language that we are listening. For example, in English language, there are two words, pin, pin, and bin, bin. In these two words, the only difference is initial sound pa and ba. Difference between these two sounds is of vibration in vocal cords. If we miss the vibration, we can't differentiate these sounds. Number 2 is recognition of words. To be an active listener, you should also know about the recognition of words. If you have good vocabulary of the language that you are listening, then you can recognize words and their meanings easily. Number 3 is understanding grammar. Third essential thing that you need for an active listener is understanding grammatical grouping of the word. For example, there are two sentences, I am speaking and am I speaking. Both sentences have same wording, but the grammatical arrangement of the sentences can change their meaning. So, grammatical understanding of the meaning of the whole sentence is essential for an active listener. Number 4 is recognition of linguistic and non-linguistic cues. If we properly focus on these cues, these linguistic and non-linguistic cues, then we can understand the meaning of speaker and decode that. Here I want to clear linguistic and non-linguistic cues to you. Linguistic cues include intonation, stress, pitch, tone, and rhythm. And non-linguistic cues include body language, gestures, facial expressions, posture, and eye contact. If we look at both linguistic and non-linguistic cues of the speaker actively, we can understand the meaning more effectively. Now we look at the importance of listening, that why listening is so important. There are some points that show the importance of listening. First one is basic to language development. Listening skill is the base of language development. This skill prepares us for learning a language at very initial level. It enhances our speaking, our vocabulary, our pronunciation, and so many linguistic things. Number 2 is source of learning. Second point that shows the importance of listening skill is that it is a very useful source of learning anything. We learn through listening. So as learning point of view, listening is very important. Number 3 is sport academic success. Listening skill enhance the academic success. Listeners who listen the speaker or their teacher effectively and actively, their academic success is much better from the others, and they got success in this way. Number 4 is become a better student. When you focus on the material presented in a classroom, you will be able to identify not only the words used in a lecture but their emphasis and their more complex meanings. You will take better notes and you will more accurately remember the instructor's claims, information, and conclusions. Many times, instructors give verbal cues about what information is important, specific expectations about assignments, and even what material is likely to be on an exam. So, careful listening can be beneficial. Number 5 is people will perceive you as intelligent and perceptive. When you listen well to others, you reveal yourself as being curious and interested in people and events. In addition, your ability to understand the meanings of what you hear will make you a more knowledgeable and thoughtful person. Number 6 is good listening can help you public speaking. When you listen well to others, you start to pick up more on the stylistic components related to how people form arguments and present information. As a result, you have the ability to analyze what you think works and doesn't work in others' speeches, which can help you transform your speeches in the process. For example, really paying attention to how others cite sources orally during their speeches may give you ideas about how to more effectively cite sources in your presentation. So these are some important points that shows the importance of listening skill. That's all about my side. Please like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and comment what you want in the next video. Till then, Allah Hafiz.